Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I have an end of a cold, so you can kind of hear it in my voice. And we are here to talk about my covered call income generating portfolio in its infancy. And so we're really documenting this journey. And we've now completed 3 weeks. And let me share you the slides. Um, Oh, not quite as prepared as I would like over here. And sorry, we'll get there in a second. There we go. Here we go. Okay, so week three, week ending February 27th. We started with approximately 22,000. And as I mentioned, this is a pure covered call income portfolio. The objective is to see how we can build a covered call portfolio in a very conservative way that returns a good return. So our framework is unchanged from our previous 2 weeks. We are selling covered calls on equities that we own, that I own. These are short duration contracts, typically 3 to 10 days, and we're using the premium collected as an income layer. Um, I'm actually going to switch those around because, from my perspective, the underlying principle here is that all of the equities that we own are tier one. Um, um, uh, and we're going to talk a bit about that. But the idea is that no matter what happens, we're okay with these portfolios. We're okay with these equities, rather, and we're okay owning them, and we're okay owning them for the long term. We have a delta band under evaluation anywhere between 0.25 and 0.45. We're okay with assignment, and that's really the point. If we buy an equity and we sell a covered call and it's assigned, that's okay. We collect premium and portfolio growth. And if it's not assigned, we're okay with that as well because we're okay owning that underlying equity and we just rent it out again. And of course, the objective is to improve our total portfolio and to grow the portfolio. We started this project on February 9th. I started it with 22,294, and it was about 30,000 Canadian because I'm a Canadian. Okay. So weekly performance. Now we're looking at just at the snapshot of week three. Started at 22,692, ended the week with 23,121, a net change of $428 and a net percentage yield change of 1.89%. I know it's hard to get excited about $428. That's not the point. The point is to understand how we can grow this as a small portfolio and create the ground rules so that as we build this portfolio, we still continue to maintain that yield growth percentage. Of that 428, 252 was premium, and the remainder was growth in the portfolio itself. So since inception in the 3 week period, we started with 22,294, almost 22,295. Our current value is just over $23,000. That's a net change of $826. A cumulative return in the 3 weeks of 3.71% and an average weekly return of 1.24%. So if you do the quick math on that and you multiply 1.24% times 50, that gives you your annualized return. I'm gonna talk about it, I guess, but I'm not gonna calculate the number. You can do that yourself. I don't think that's a realistic long-term return. It'd be nice, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. But the objective here is to get that weekly return at a point where we're confident that we feel that it's conservative and that we're continuing to produce weekly or really probably more practically monthly a return that allows us to generate a nice income. Here are the four trades of the week. Hormel, Coke, BSX, CNC, all what I consider tier one stocks that I'm comfortable keeping and holding in the portfolio. Uh, Short days till expiry for strike. Delta spelled incorrectly, sorry about that. In that range of zero point 0.3 to 0.45 approximately. Premiums collected, once again, it's hard to get excited about $35. But we need to look at it in the totality and understand how that can grow exponentially. And you can see the as a percentage of portfolio. I'm uncomfortable with those numbers. I think it really is a function of the size of the portfolio. But certainly as this portfolio scales, I would like to see that percentage get down to 20, 25% at a max, really. And then finally, in reflection, we collected premium, and that increased relative to our prior weeks. We continued adherence to our format, our framework and the delta bands. At the end of the week, I think it was three of the four were assigned, so we're relatively cash heavy, which means Monday we get to go hunting again for good opportunities, and that there were no fundamental deviations. That's it. Um, it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. Just learning about covered calls, learning about the Greeks, because that's really the plan. The plan is long term to have something to do in my retirement that keeps me active and interesting and interested and engaged, and to allow me to have some control over what we're doing with our portfolio and to have some fun. So it's been fun so far. It's only 3 weeks. And we'll look forward to continuing to do this and see where it goes. Bye for now.